Football celebrations are supposed to be fun, fans going crazy, coaches pumping fists by the sidelines or running to celebrate with the fans, and players doing dances on knee slides. Well, prepare to watch the other side of celebrations with the top 5 most disrespectful celebrations when it comes to their former clubs. So, join us as we revisit the ugly side of celebrations and tell us the one you love or hate the most. Suarez vs Liverpool 2019. After the 2012-13 season, where Liverpool finished 7th and missed out on Champions League qualification, the Uruguayan was done with the club. He was public with his desire to leave for either Real Madrid or Arsenal. "I have to put my career first. I'm 26. I need to be playing in the Champions League," he said in an interview. The player then mentioned that part of his desire to leave was also fueled by what he believed was persecution against him by the British media. Well, to be fair, Suarez didn't do himself any favours. He bit Branislav Ivanovic. And there's the racially abusive language he used against Manchester United's Patrice Evra on October 2011. All through these controversies, Liverpool supported their man wholeheartedly and didn't stand in his way when he wanted to leave in 2014. They must have been shocked when Suarez scored from a Jordi Alba assist in the 26th minute in the semi-finals of the 2019 Champions League. He ran arms wide and slid, facing Barcelona fans at the Camp Nou. Suarez realised what he had done eventually, and he explained in an interview that he had only celebrated because it was a huge goal at the Camp Nou, and that he was sad that it went down that way. He then revealed that if he scored in the second leg of the tie at Anfield, he wouldn't celebrate. Well, much to the joy of Liverpool fans, he didn't get the chance to, as Liverpool dumped Barcelona out in that second leg before eventually going on to win the Champions League. Robin van Persie vs Arsenal 2013. When Robin van Persie left Arsenal in 2012, he said some pretty interesting things. "When you have to make a hard decision in your life, I always listen to the little boy inside me. What does he want?" That little boy was screaming for Manchester United. Players always get tempted by the prospect of winning trophies, and when that opportunity came for Van Persie in 2012, he grabbed it with both hands. For Arsenal fans, it was the ultimate betrayal. During the rosier days of Arsene Wenger at Arsenal, they had been bitter rivals with Manchester United. This made the prospect of losing their talismanic striker to Man United sorrowful to Arsenal fans, especially since RVP scored 132 goals in 278 games and had just won the Premier League Golden Boot with them. When Cesc Fabregas left Arsenal for Barcelona in 2011, the book laid before RVP to lead the team as its captain and talisman, and he did just that. The fears of Arsenal fans on how devastating Manchester United would be with their man up top for them were confirmed when RVP soon started scoring against Arsenal and helped United with the Premier League trophy in 2013. At first, at the Emirates, Van Persie didn't overdo the celebrations, but in November 2013 at Old Trafford in his second season, things were different. Arsenal fans had taken to booing and jeering RVP, so when he scored a header from a Wayne Rooney set piece, he threw his arms wide to celebrate with his teammate. That goal, that jubilation, was RVP's response to Arsenal fans who have been hurling abuse at him. Although Arsenal's boss Arsene Wenger would say he had the club's interest at heart when he rejected RVP's offer to return, it's not unlikely that Wenger had a grouse with RVP for leaving. Or what do you think? Let us know in the comments. Emmanuel Adebayor vs Arsenal. RVP's celebration against Arsenal wasn't the first of its kind. In 2013, there was Emmanuel Adebayor's wild celebration in 2009 when he moved to Manchester City. Arsenal's post-Highbury era was not particularly tantalising. Still, they had players that other clubs coveted, and one of them was their strong striker Emmanuel Adebayor, who they bought as an unknown from Monaco in 2006. However, he became a reliable member of the squad as time went on, scoring 46 times in his 104 appearances for Arsenal. In the 2007-08 season, he scored 30 goals in all competitions for Arsenal. He was amazing for them. However, as amazing as Adebayor was for Arsenal, he had some not-so-amazing parts. The player reportedly had quite the temperament and a not-so-great work ethic. After Sheikh Mansour's Abu Dhabi United group bought Manchester City in 2008, they proceeded to make investments. tempting players and clubs alike with cash. For Adebayor, City promised him £150,000 a week, and off he went with them after they paid Arsenal £25 million. Now, here's where it got bitter. Arsenal went to the media to accuse Adebayor of following the money, and the Togolese player didn't like that one bit. So, when Manchester City faced Arsenal in September 2009, he showed them exactly how much he didn't like Arsene's statement. Arsenal fans were angry at Adebayor, and hearing what Arsene said may have powered the fans' anger as they booed and hurled insults at the Togolese international. Adebayor played as if he wasn't an Arsenal player just the season before. He launched a kick at Van Persie, which later earned him a 3-match ban for violent conduct, and also played rough with Alex Song and Cesc Fabregas. Then he toyed with the whole of Arsenal fans with 10 minutes to full time. Adebayor got at the end of a Sean Wright-Phillips cross to score City's third goal of the game, and for his celebration, phew, if you were a City fan, you'd call it iconic, but if you were an Arsenal fan, pure disrespect. After his goal, he ran the whole length of the pitch straight towards Arsenal fans, who looked in anger as the player slid in front of them in the away section, with fans throwing whatever they could get their hands on at the player. I scored and wanted to show people it is not a good idea to abuse me. I really didn't understand it at all. I was running on pure emotion, and when you take emotion out of football, we're going to have a big problem, Adebayor said, justifying his celebration, which earned him a £25,000 fine. The Togolese then provided more context in 2018, when he revealed it was Wenger who told him that he, Adebayor, was no longer part of Arsenal's future, and that Wenger went to the media to say another thing. Who do you believe? David Luiz versus Chelsea. David Luiz is a player who divided opinions when he played for Chelsea. He was a hero one minute and a villain the next. But when he left the club after £50 million came for him from PSG, which made him the most expensive defender ever at the time, he became a full villain. The Brazilian became a thorn in the flesh of his former side when PSG played Chelsea in the Champions League last 16 second leg at Stamford Bridge in 2015. The second leg looked to be Chelsea's win as they scored through Gary Cahill in the last 10 minutes of the game. But with just 4 minutes to go, David Luiz leapt over Branislav Ivanovic for a thumping header that blitzed past Thibaut Courtois. Luiz ran past gloomy Chelsea fans as he jumped with a fist pump before dropping to his knees. That goal took the game to extra time and would later be crucial, as PSG was able to beat Chelsea on away goals. This was particularly painful for Chelsea, as Luiz had lifted the Champions League trophy with them for the first time in Chelsea's history and the player's career, only 3 years previous in 2012. After the match, the player apologised to his former club and said he didn't plan to celebrate but lost control of his emotions. Carlos Tevez versus Manchester United. Carlos Tevez didn't hold back against Manchester United when he played against them in the semi-finals of the League Cup in January 2010. Tevez, who was with Manchester United from 2007 to 2009, was angry at United for letting him go. When Tevez scored City's first goal, which was a penalty, he ran across the United fans as he jubilated wildly to mock them for criticising him after he left for City. When Tevez scored his second goal later on, he ran across the sidelines again, cupping his ears at the United faithfuls. However, United would have the last laugh, as they not only won the reverse fixture against City, they won the League Cup and beat City on their way to winning the league. Villains are not only the guys we see in the movies. They also come in the shape of footballers who have celebrated disrespectfully against the team they had once loved. So, which of these disrespectful jubilations do you love or hate the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support our channel.